friends, it's Holly and welcome back to Smile by Holly. Thank you for joining me again today. So today we're going to make a really fun accordion fold card album. And let me just show you this. Boy, that just popped open. It's kind of like a pop-up card. Boom. Look how fun that is. Isn't that just so neat? And now on some of these, you could just have white paper if you wanted to leave like little cute notes. But let me just fold this back in and then it ties together with a ribbon. Is that just so fun? It's kind of fun to play with too. I saw this album on Pinterest and I thought, oh, that looks so interesting. I would like to try it. So let me show you something interesting that I used. So this is an old planner that I had. You can see that, okay, I've got Paislin's party and our 33rd anniversary. And so this is actually a planner. I thought the front of the pages were so cute that I've been saving it for something. And so I used all of these planner pages so that it would kind of all coordinate. And then it also came with stickers, which I never used. And I've used some of the stickers for decorating the outside of this cute little album. But isn't that funny? You never know when these things will come in handy. So what you're going to need, and I'm just going to use a base white cardstock. You will need 3 pieces of cardstock that are 8 by 8, okay? And then you are going to need 11 pieces of paper that are 3 3/4 by 3 3/4, okay? And I've already gone ahead and cut mine so they're all ready, but let me show you how we make the base for our album. I just love all those. Isn't that just fun with the little specks of glitter in there? Oh my goodness, love, love, love. Okay, I'm gonna move this aside and let's bring in our bases. Once again, 3 pieces that are 8 by 8. What you're going to want to do, it's so simple. Now you could score this if you wanted. I am just simplifying the entire process. You want to fold it in half, and I'm going to bring in my bone folder for this. Fold it in half, then fold it in half the other way. And then you want to fold it diagonally, but only once. Okay, so fold it diagonally this way, but don't do it the other way, okay? And what I like to do is I like to go ahead and do it back and forth to make sure that's a good crease. Because the easier this folds, the easier it will fold up on itself. Does that make sense? Okay, so you've got it folded half, then the other way, and then just once diagonally. Boom. It took me a minute to figure that one out. Okay, there's one. Let's do it again. So, in half, okay, and then in half the other way, and then diagonally, just one way. Okay, so diagonally. And then I like to go inside out and make sure it's a good crease. Okay, there is piece number 2. Now let's do our last piece. So move these out of the screen. So fold it in half. Fold it in half the other way. It looks much harder than it is. And then fold it diagonally, just one way. So boom and boom. And then I'm going to fold it inside out. Make sure its crease is good. And we are ready to put it together. Okay, bring in all 3 of my papers. Now what you want to do is you want to point the one that's on the diagonal, point it up. So point it up, and point it up. So there's my diagonal crease, diagonal crease, diagonal crease. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are just going to, right here, put some glue in the square, the whole entire square. These are 4 by 4 squares. That's why the paper that we cut was just slightly smaller. It was 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. Once again, the diagonals pointing up. Just go ahead and put that square, match that square up. Now what I like to do is I like to make sure that my paper folds. Okay, if it's overlapping the fold lines, it will impede the way that the card folds. Okay, so there's our two pieces. Okay, you've got that diagonal crease there and the diagonal crease there, so pointing up to the top. Our last paper, the diagonals pointing up, we're just going to add some glue into this square. And once again, with the diagonal pointing up, we are just going to match square to square. And then once again, I like to fold like this, make sure that it's not on any of the lines. So there are our three pieces. Was that just so stinking simple? Now, let's go ahead and add our papers. So I've got one paper for the cover, but what you'll need is 4 papers. Well, you need 10, you need 11 altogether, excuse me, 1 for the cover and then 10 for the inside. But 4 of them are just flat, and then 6 of them, you will actually want to go ahead and crease them because you want them to crease with the album. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I've just made the one diagonal, and we're gonna just crease that really good. You want it to fold easy, and those are going to go on the spots where the diagonal is. Does that make sense? Okay, so let's just go ahead and do this one by one. Once again, that's funny because it's a planner. That was my son's birthday. Okay, and once again, these just line up perfectly with a little white border all the way around. I'm funny. I save the weirdest things, but who would have known that this planner paper would have come in handy? Look how cute those are. Love that, the little glitter specks. Okay, just lining those up. So how are you guys doing? Are you having a good day? What are you up to? What are you guys making today? I would love to hear in the comments what you guys are making. Now, I folded these diagonally, and I'm just going to kind of bend it both ways so it will bend with my album. Okay, line up that crease with the crease of the album. And I kind of like to bend it and make sure that it's, you know, bending with the album. Okay. So bend that both ways. That really helps. Okay, line that up. Like I say, I'm going to bend it to make sure that's lined up. It's kind of an eclectic bunch of paper. It still goes, it's just like a whole bunch of kind of wildy colors. I love it. Okay, put that on. I'm just going to bend it. Okay. And that on. Couple more and we are done. You know, to get all your papers cut ahead of time, this really comes together fast. It's just like, look how fast we're doing this. Okay, I'm just bending that to make sure it goes good. Then our last one. Bend it both ways. There we go. And on. Bend that. Okay, pushing it down good. You don't want those corners to come up when you fold it. And then we'll put the cover on in just a minute. Let me show you how this folds. It's a little bit tricky the first time, but once you do it, it starts to fold kind of by itself. So these two corners right here on the outside are going to fold in. Okay, they're going to fold in on each other. And because this paper hasn't bent all the way, you kind of have to push it a little bit. So I'm just, as I'm going, I'm going to just crease it and push it down. This is going to make it so every time it just folds kind of by itself. Do you see that? Boing. Now these next two are going to fold out. So think of it, the first one's folded in. Sorry, it takes just a minute. These next two are going to fold out. Might take me just a minute to figure this out on my own. Okay, they folded out. Okay, once again, I'm going to crease that as I'm going. And then these last two, once again, are going to fold in again. So it was in, out, in, and then crease it. I'm going to crease it on both sides. A key is probably not use too thick of paper for this, okay? Because the easier the paper bends, the easier this cute little album folds. Okay, so there we have it. Now that's my front. So I'm going to add a front cover, and I just used, this was a gold part of the actual calendar. And then I used just stickers that from the calendars. I love weekend, love, keep going, create. Wasn't that a fun way to use up some of my stash? Holy cow. I think I surprised myself, which is really funny. Oh my goodness, so funny. Okay, we'll put that cover on. Now, once again, I'm just kind of pushing on it, making it so it's even, burnishing that really good. Your bone folder for this is going to be your best friend. And I didn't get that on exactly right, so dang it. Pull that up. That's the one thing with wet glue, is you can usually pull it up to get it even if you don't get it the first time. So thank goodness I was using my wet glue today. Okay, so I'm just pushing that all down. I think we will try some orange ribbon on this today. We're going orange and green, if I can find the end. I don't use a lot of orange. Actually, I don't use a lot of green either. My staple colors, well, my staple colors for ribbon is white, but I use a lot of blue and pinks. So I'm glad we're using our orange. Okay, and this will just fold, tie a good knot. Okay, ba-boom. Okay, should we take a look at it? That's so fun. So this opens up, it just kind of pops. It's kind of actually fun. And then this opens up. Is that just so fun? I think it would be cute to have like a little saying on each of these, or like the 10 things I love about you. And it would be like boom, 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 boom. I mean, so many different things. Or you could just like have one of these blank with a cute message, happy birthday, you know, whatever. But let's go through the fold one more time. Okay, so it's open. Let's just pretend like you're folding it for the first time, and I'll go over it with you. So we'll turn it up this way. These first two are going to fold in. Okay, they fold in. Now, once you've done it, it starts to kind of just do it by itself. But the first two go in, okay? The next two are going to go out. Does that make sense? They're going to poke backwards, okay? Backwards. Then these next two are going to come in again. So in, out, in. And you might have to watch this a couple times, but once you have it, it really does fold really easy. So let me give that a good crease, and we can put the ribbon on in just a sec, but let's open it up because I just think all those colors are fun. Let's bring in my other one. Oh my goodness. So that is an array of colors. I really think though that by taking that calendar apart turned out so fun. What do you guys think? Anyway, I hope that this tutorial was easy for you. Please feel free to message me if you have any questions. Fold those in, fold those in. Okay, work with me. Work with me, work with me, work with, there we go. Okay, so there is one, boing, and two, three. Add a cute ribbon on those. You have to have the ribbon for this because it just like pops open, but I think that's what makes it cute because for the recipient, when they open it up, boom. Isn't that just so fun? Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give me a big thumbs up. I would also love to have you subscribe to my channel. So have a fun crafting day, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Goodbye, everybody.